So we talked a little bit this morning about this big Little League banquet that me and Emily attended together. I won this big coaching award, which was super nice, but we brought our spouses. So when Emily goes anywhere with her man Robert, you know what is about to happen.
Yeah.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with no
The show's after show starts now.
So you just sort of know when Emily and Robert are together, you're waiting for the fuse to be lit. Because at some point, something's going to happen and Emily's going to get annoyed with him.
Like, I feel like when they walk into an event, it's like, oh, the party's here, like the party's starting. But then you know what you said, too. But then eventually something might go sideways at a certain point.
Yeah.
And it's like certain situations are better than others. Like when we're hanging around, like my whole crew of close-knit friends, like my friend Aubrey or something, and it's like a bigger party where people know how Robert is, that doesn't happen as bad because I'm not as embarrassed of him because they know how he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
feel like you can't leave him alone around people you don't know.
Yeah, around people I don't know, or like even like when we're at this, you know,
nicer event.
a nicer event where we're going to be around like Reed's, our son Reed's coach, and then like the president of the league, and then I know that Eddie's sitting over there who knows Robert, but I know he's watching him like with a microscope. I'm even
It's
more
like a
embarrassed.
sitcom because so Emily and Lana watch King of Queens still, and that's what his wife did. Like she was embarrassed everywhere they went.
Yeah.
But he would act like a moron.
Robert is Doug Heffernan.
Yeah, he really is.
No, 100%.
I love him.
He'll say it himself too.
Oh,
so,
really?
like when you, because your family is, you know, kind of high class and
Yeah.
do big kind of galas and events and things like that. And you always bring Robert, obviously he's your man.
Yeah.
Like, do you get freaked out going to stuff like that?
Not really with my family because they think it's so adorable, all the wild shit that he does.
But what about
But
the
like
other
the,
people?
like the
though?
nice events. So like, yeah, if we do go to like some sort of a banquet, a fancy thing.
Yeah, I
like,
don't. I know. I'm saying
Are they
your
just
family.
happy
Yeah.
anyone's with you?
Hey, really?
So your mom just lets it slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she does like family gatherings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
I'm
if
not
we go
talking
out
about
on the
that.
road,
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah.
and there's,
You're amongst normies.
Yeah.
if we're
That's not
amongst
good.
normies
You're
on the
traveling
road,
roadshow.
Yeah. Yeah.
then I'm way more
On edge.
on edge, trying to make sure he's not doing anything, keep my eye on him the whole time,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
And that's when you better watch yourself. Better comes out not only for your son but for Robert.
You tell
Yeah.
Robert you better watch
Oh, yeah.
yourself.
Oh, yeah.
He's 53.
Not in so many words, but he's 53.
How old is he?
55.
Going, pal.
He's 55 now.
55.
Where did the last 2 years go?
Yeah, we're up to
Shades,
55
man.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when we're in that situation, you're right, Eddie. You better watch yourself to my son. I'm not saying you better watch yourself to Robert, but I'm correcting him the whole time and telling him what to do because he'll sit down at the table and, like, for instance, at this banquet, he didn't put his napkin on his lap. He just threw it like almost crunched up in a ball next to Coach, like on the and it's a small table.
And you didn't like that? Did
No.
You tell, get your napkin.
Robert, put your napkin on the Robert, put your napkin on the lap.
Oh, we're doing that.
Yeah, did that.
Okay, Mom.
He went to go get a gravy boat, or not a gravy boat, but with salad dressing in it, and he completely like reached over like 3 other people to get it.
Oh, so he doesn't have great manners, huh?
No, but they're
Table
getting
manners.
worse with age. I feel like
you know.
Well,
prison
when you get
style.
old, and also you get older, you don't give a fuck. Like my grandma
yeah.
Judy's not going to be 93,
Wow.
and she could care less.
I think that's what it is.
Like when she, she doesn't drive anymore, but when she did drive, she wouldn't even look backwards anymore. She was just, I'm coming. Put it in reverse.
So much so
Yeah.
she didn't give a fuck to lock the door at your wedding.
That's true. When
in
she
the
was
bathroom.
In the
Well,
bathroom.
Eddie,
Yeah.
Eddie turned into Kellen Winslow Jr.
No, that's not true. That's not true. I went into a bathroom that was unlocked, and there's Grandma Judy dropping a deuce, and I'm like, oh shit,
Oh.
can't unsee that.
oh no,
Her
Eddie.
tracksuit. It was a
She
lot.
did have a tracksuit on.
But anyway,
So
Now-
wild.
Now, do you have a go-to move with Robert? Is it an elbow to the ribs?
Oh, it's a lot.
Is it a pinch, or is it just
all
like
of the above.
whatever?
All of the
Or is
above.
it just screaming at him?
All of the
No,
above.
because I'm trying to keep it cool. Because I'm around people at a around
Yes. But
8-person table.
as the night progresses and as Emily gets a couple of pops in her,
Yeah.
she is more apt to just outwardly saying,
Oh,
what the
really?
fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with you?
So that's right. Eddie's correct. I'm looser, and also like the the table has had time, because at this instance, I didn't really know everybody, only a couple people. The table's had time to like chat it up, and everybody else is getting looser. So like they're seeing what's going on at this point, that I'm embarrassed with Robert.
So again, I was at a different table.
Okay.
But I do glance over every once in a while to make sure my girl's okay.
Yeah.
And oh boy, I was seeing a lot of gyrations going on over there. And at one point there was something going on with your food.
Yeah. So all the food had been served at the table except for one person, and the adorable, sweet president of the league is sitting next to me to my left.
Yeah, we had the same situation.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah,
So-
one person didn't get served.
Yeah.
And so, we're doing the polite thing. We're all sitting there waiting. And then it never came.
Everybody's
And so
waiting.
finally her husband got up and just grabbed a plate, because they were, they're all under those cloches and they're sitting there, and we don't know what happened to the server. So we were literally sitting there for like almost 10 minutes.
Oh,
and finally the
geez.
guy's like, fuck it. And
Yeah,
just went and got it.
go grab
so I was
one.
like, good, I can start eating.
Well, that was a good idea. Better than what happened, because then we're all waiting for her to get her food, and then she goes, "Oh no, you guys start eating. It's no big deal." And that's when Robert loves pepper. He had already taken
Pepperman, huh?
the pepper.
Is
shaker.
that why you made
Man.
those mashed potatoes
that was 'cause-
Thanksgiving with the over pepper?
That's because he didn't
Yeah.
close the pepper container
Sure.
correctly, and it dumped it.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Robert's
Okay.
the pepper man. Emily's the salt chick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
True.
Homegirl
Very
loves
salty.
I know.
salt.
Very salty.
Yeah.
I am. I'm very salty.
Too.
And he had peppered his chicken that they were serving, and like I'm talking about, like it was like it looked like something that was peppered, like or blackened.
Very visible.
Very visible. Like he fucking loaded that thing up with pepper. And so he'd already done that, right? And then that's when the woman who didn't get her food yet goes, "Oh, you guys, go ahead and eat." And then that's when Robert picks his plate up and goes, "Here, you could have mine."
But he had
I
already
said-
over peppered
I
it?
said, "Robert, you've already I think you even took a piece of broccoli off it already. Like you've already kind of
that's
eaten all
weird.
of it. And like
Yeah,
once
and-
you seasoned it, it's
Yeah.
it's yours."
And what was he gonna do if she's like, you know what? Sure.
Ah.
Like then he's sitting like that's such an.
He's
like,
trying to be nice.
It's
Yes.
nice, but it's
Yes.
a weird gesture.
Trying to be nice, but that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once it's in front of you, it's over.
Yes.
Game's over.
Did he say you want my
100%.
drink too?
Like to your wife, I would get that.
Oh,
Be like,
yeah,
oh,
your
babe, here you
spouse.
go. Go ahead, you
Yeah.
eat. But to a kind of, somebody you don't really know really well,
Yeah.
to offer them a plate of your food, like that's weird.
Did he offer his napkin as well?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
But the fact that you seasoned it
Yeah.
yourself, that makes it psychotic.
That is
Yeah,
wild.
I know.
Did you correct him?
No, Eddie, I was cool about it. I go, you already seasoned it
Over in
no.
front of everybody?
in front of everybody,
Oh,
and
God,
then everybody
Emily.
did start like dying laughing
Oh.
because that's funny, and
Yeah.
that's funny
Yeah.
that
like,
they thought our
Look
interaction.
at this special needs guy over here.
Oh, God.
100%.
Yeah.
And everybody thought our interactions were hysterical.
Like you guys were doing a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
You're putting on it. You are
Yeah.
the sitcom.
like it
You're
was
putting on a
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, we are, Doug and Carrie.
Yeah.
laughing
Oh,
at
wow.
the table.
Yeah.
So they were dying laughing about it.
Oh, of course.
I wasn't laughing.
No,
I,
you didn't
deep
find it funny.
inside, I was
Yeah.
You didn't,
mortified.
you didn't find it funny.
Is Eddie across the room just like, oh my
Yeah.
god?
He was
I'm
behind
mortified.
me.
I'm mortified.
Oh, he was behind you.
Yeah, and I hated
So
where
I'm
I
seeing it. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God.
So
I-
you're more heightened because the last thing you want is for Eddie to see all this.
100 billion percent.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the
damn
last
it, they
thing
couldn't
you
have
need.
put me in a table in the very other side back
Yeah.
corner.
Oh, no, you were front and center, baby.
You don't want Eddie
hated
seeing
that.
this.
yeah.
You don't
I
want
hated
Eddie
that.
seeing this.
Yeah, it was great.
No.
Well, the night was going on, and at one point they have a speaker, and this speaker was a guy that's worked at Little League, like the corporate offices in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
you know?
like the way they do the
right.
Little League World
Yeah.
Series.
So he's
South
like Williamsburg
Yes,
guy.
Yeah,
Williamsport.
Oh.
Williamsport. What did I say?
Trust
Berg?
me.
Eddie.
We learned all about.
Eddie, I was gonna say,
There's
don't-
a difference between Williamsport and South Williamsport, where the actual
explained
Little
it
League
all.
is. Don't get that fucking twisted.
He
either.
explained it all.
Oh, Sky, you have no idea.
What?
Because he went through basically the entire history, like the 90-year history of Little League and how it started and the different
Dude.
presidents. And so it was a very long speech.
That is.
And then
And it was
how are
wild.
you that into Little League?
Dude,
Dude.
it was a lot.
And then the history of his own life.
Yes,
and
'cause
like
he-
his children, and when he met his
He
wife.
retired. And
Was
I
he
guess
getting an award?
No.
No, he was just a speaker on Little League.
What the fuck?
That was pretty wild.
Oh, my God. Bathroom break.
Yeah, well, he just had retired to San Diego because his kid lives here, and so that's why he's in San Diego now.
That
That's
is-
why he
God.
came out. But I think what the district thought was he's just going to say a quick few words about Little League and how important it is.
But no,
he
his
went
was-
on the history of Little League.
Yeah, this was his moment.
It was wild.
Oh,
so
wow.
you're right, Sky. It was a perfect time for a bathroom break.
Oh,
so
hell yeah.
I sort of, I had already won my award, so I was like, okay, I feel like I'm safe to now sneak out and go to the restroom because I
sure.
really had to take a piss. So I sneak out
Okay.
and to go to the bathroom. Well, guess who's already in the hallway? Robert.
Really?
No, he took.
He snuck out right before me, and I hadn't seen it.
Oh, okay.
And
Did he have like the chicken in his hand?
no, he didn't.
And the pepper in his
He
other
got
hand.
very excited to go though, and he goes, "Hey, you want to go to the bathroom with me?"
That's so
He
Robert.
invited you to go with him.
And I said, "Well, I'm going that way, so sure." And so we went into the bathroom together.
Oh, fun.
Did
Now-
you go same like next to
I
each other's
would
urinals?
have, but weirdly, the men's room had 2 stalls, 1 urinal.
That is weird.
Oh.
Oh.
I
Usually
was
it's
like,
the other way
that's
around.
very
Yeah,
odd
that
for a
is
men's
the other
room.
way
That's very weird.
Yeah.
Or it's 2 and 2.
And so,
Oh, so what do we do
Robert
here?
goes, "I'll take this one," and he went into a stall, and I went into the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
didn't share.
No, we didn't. But there was plenty of room.
Sword. You guys didn't sword fight?
We didn't do any of that.
Oh,
we didn't do
okay.
any of that.
All right.
So after we're done, I took a little bit longer because first of all I'm old, and second of all, I had to pee so bad and was holding it for so long. I had a longer stream.
Oh. A lot
And
in
so
there.
I took probably another minute and then washed my hands and then expected Robert because he left.
Yeah.
I thought he was gone. He waited for me.
Oh, how sweet.
Very
in the-
sweet,
out
sweet
in the
guy in the
hallway?
hallway
He did.
to walk back, which I went, huh? Okay, you do that for your wife
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
your
like that
spouse,
because
yeah.
you're always done before your wife. Ladies take way longer to pee for some reason.
Yeah, or like if you're somewhere like Disneyland or something like where
Yeah, you're
going
gonna
to
go together. I know where I'm going. Maybe he didn't know where the room was. He got a little lost.
There you
I don't
go.
know.
He's an older man.
Yeah.
True.
55.
And so he waited for me.
Oh.
And I thought that was sweet. And so we were walking back to where this ballroom is and where the event was happening. Well, was at a hotel.
Yeah.
And another ballroom, there was another gala or banquet or party going on.
Okay.
And this one was going off. This one was, you heard music. And
They didn't have a little league coach giving a little league guy giving a speech.
Nope, there wasn't, people snoring or anything like that. This was going off. This was popping off. And Robert very excitedly goes, "Oh, what's going on over there?" And I go, "Oh, I don't know. I got to get back in, because I feel like I would be noticed left.
Right,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so I go back in, and Robert goes to check it out. He
Oh.
disappears.
Oh
Stop.
no.
And so, I'm sitting down in my seat, and I'm fixated because I can't really pay attention to this Little League speech anymore.
Is it still going on?
Oh, dude,
It was like 30 minutes.
it
at
was
least.
easily a 30 minute
Like, at least.
speech.
Just
like,
that
it was
guy.
crazy.
Oh
yeah.
my.
It was wild.
Where every time you think it was
sounds
over,
awful.
he'd be like, all right, well, then in 1971, and I'm like,
It was like a bad movie that wouldn't.
and then
It was. I was crying
and then-
laughing.
And then
It was so
again
funny.
in 1983,
Jesus.
Little League changed once again because, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. So I couldn't really pay attention anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm fixated on where's Robert, because it's been a good 10 minutes
Oh.
since we finished at the same time, and Emily's sort of. She's out of it. So she's dying over the speech. She's joking around with the people at her table.
She's having a
like,
good old time.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
she's not even really paying attention. I don't even know if you noticed how long he was gone. He disappeared.
No, I didn't notice Robert at all.
Yeah, you're probably thankful for.
Yeah.
And then finally I see him coming strolling back
Here
in.
we
Oh,
go.
here he
And so
is.
afterwards I asked him, I'm like, dude, where'd you go? And he goes, this party over here is really good. It's a good party. And I was like, you were there? You wedding crashed? Because I don't know what it was. I have no idea what it was. And he was like, no, yeah, they're playing good music, and I was hanging out over there. They're fun.
Hanging out.
So Robert went to a whole different banquet for like
Wow.
15 minutes.
Yeah, and I didn't see during that long speech while he was gone, he sent me a photo of the sign of the party. Like, you know how it's like, the Smith
Yes.
party, arrow
Yeah.
this way.
Yes.
Like, he sent me a sign that goes, this place is way better. And I'm like, I'm not going to leave this where we were invited to go over there. Like,
And,
no.
and would you have done that in the past? Or if Eddie was there, would you have not done it? Would you have done
No,
it?
I wouldn't
Okay.
have, because it would have been rude to the people that invited me. I was at the table, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest wedding
Party
crasher,
crasher?
party crasher. So
Yeah,
no.
it's a ballsy thing to do.
It was
Robert's a
pretty
ballsy
wild.
man.
It was pretty wild. So I thought that was the end of it.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
It's not?
Oh no.
We got more.
So our event ended at 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's done. We're wrapping up. Everybody's walking out. As we are
Is
walking,
that old guy still giving the speech?
Yeah. He was still
He's
going.
just still talking.
He was up to 1989.
Oh, wow.
Everyone
We
just
got
stopped
a-
paying attention.
We
He
got
just
a
kept
long way to
talking.
go.
Yeah.
And so we're all walking out, and that party is still popping off.
Oh.
You hear the music,
Well, it's only
it's
10.
bumping. Yeah, I get it.
here we
You
go,
know, that's
here we
fine.
go.
And Robert is so excited. He's so excited to make sure everybody knows this party's great. I was already there. We're all going here now.
Wait, we're all going?
Wait, you
He's
can't,
like, "Let's
you can't
go."
just join another party.
Like after party?
Well, he was.
Yes.
He was it.
And so he kept going, let's go, guys. Come on. Let's go. This party's great. Let's go to this one.
Yeah.
And we're like, dude, we're not invited to that party.
Yeah,
Like, what
it's
are you
hard.
talking about? He
Yeah.
said, no, I was there earlier. It's great.
Yeah.
And that's when Emily's had enough.
Oh,
She's shutting
wanna
this
go
shit
down.
down.
I want to go home.
She's over it.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's when the large bar, Robert, no, we're not going there. That started
He
happening.
started going over there. Like it was like to get his.
Yeah.
Robert, no.
That was when
Like he has
you better
an, like
watch
he has an
yourself.
e-collar on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish.
she was not having it.
No, I was not having it, Eddie.
You were not
It's
having it.
ridiculous.
It was a little ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Did you
Well,
tell him to
we're
watch
going home.
himself?
No, it was too. I didn't even have time for a watch.
Yeah,
yourself,
she was
'cause he
very
was headed
angry.
that way.
She was very angry.
He was headed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that caused us.
Oh
Did.
yeah, I've experienced this once or twice. We went to quite a few galas back in our day. No more galas for us.
sad.
I know it is sad.
Yeah.
But
you stopped getting invited.
well, no, it was more of like an elementary school
Oh,
thing.
oh,
So like for 4 years in a row, and exactly like you said, we're in one banquet room, and all of a sudden, my husband has this like.
He
best-
was there?
Yeah, I know.
Out
He
of the
left.
house?
You
What
used
the
to
f-
leave the
Yeah.
house?
What? What?
And you know how like opposites attract? He has a bestie who kind of has like Robert energy, will go up and talk to anybody, make friends with anyone, walk into somebody
Yeah.
else's party.
Oh, jeez.
And so basically that's what would happen every gala, which they got away with because they're in suits and tuxes. But the final year, we were dressed as steampunk.
Oh, that was the theme.
The theme was steampunk. So my husband's got like a robot fucking arm going on. Some guy like has a weird hat with like an eyepiece that like comes down. And it was a wedding. And they literally
They tried to wedding crash?
they did wedding crash.
In steampunk
And-
outfits?
And people thought it was so great that they started taking pictures with them. I'm like, how pissed are you if you're the bride and groom and you're going through your
yeah.
professional pictures?
I would have been pissed. Get the fuck out of my
Yeah,
wedding.
well, it was an open
Imagine.
bar.
I wouldn't have. Oh, it was open bar.
Oh.
So they're trying to, again, just like Emily and Eddie described, my husband and this guy are trying to get everybody to go over to the
Which is
open
crazy.
bar. I'm like, it's these people's like wedding. Stop it.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
That
this,
does not sound like your husband. at
no,
all. Are
no.
you sure it was?
It can't be the same.
No,
man.
he was being led by someone else, and he was super drunk. But
okay.
but this is a thing that happens, and now that you tell me what Robert did, this sounds like dead on Robert. And for some reason, I feel like the people at that party enjoyed Robert being there.
No, I think they did.
I'm
I
sure
think
they
he made
did.
friends.
Like
Seriously.
today, they're all like, "Man, we love Robert, but Emily needs to chill."
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Robert walked out with an award. It was like, it was crazy.
That's great.